to process the data, you to read the data, transform the data, all those kind of stuff. You will use PySpark. But in the same PySpark, you can also have an option to work with SQL. See, even though you're not good with PySpark, you can still work with SQL. Even though you do not know, you as a data, right, data engineer can still work with SQL tools. There are many SQL tools like Athena. So you can just go there and just read the data and just perform all your transformations on top of the data. That's it. So SQL is very very important. And uh, and there are SQL advanced functions as well. Maybe you know the basics right currently, but you have the SQL advanced functions as well, like joins, right? Inner join, outer join, self join, those equi join, those kind of stuff, and also window functions, rank, sum, max, min, all those kind of functions, and lead, lag functions. So there are many many concepts involved here. And if you learn this, what I will tell you is just learn SQL as much as you can, as best as you can. So once you are good with SQL, right, then start working with PySpark. Okay, then PySpark, everything is same. Like now you think in SQL, you have, I give you a table, employees table, and I want you to find the what is the maximum salary of an employee of a department, in a department, what is the maximum salary of an employee. You will think in data language, right? So the data language is same. You will think in SQL mostly. So I will think in SQL first, then I will convert that idea into this PySpark code. Okay, so mostly this SQL is very important. Even though if you do not know about any PySpark or any coding languages, you can still work with SQL and then get your things done. Okay, so just it's very very important, and these are the most important commands. And I will also tell you where you are going to practice this. Okay, so just you guys need to start practicing on this skill. Okay, so how you will do it, just these are, there are many online websites available for you. Just go there. Okay, so just go there, like SQLite is one of them, or you have many many online websites. Okay, so but most of the website won't allow you to create the data. You need to work with the data which was already there. But I personally prefer this SQLite. It also temporary data only. If you create a table today, tomorrow it will get vanished, right? But at least it is giving you to create a table. Okay, so just go to ChatGPT and ask him, okay, how can I create a table? Give me a create table SQL command to create an employee. Just take the table and insert sample data as well. Okay, once you insert sample data, then you can start performing queries like this. Okay, select to start from employee, where I think you already have the basics, so that's why I'm covering it. So where department is equal to IT, or you can select this thing, and where salary greater than these things. So all these transformations, and these are transformations. Okay, so these are the transformations, because you are just filtering, right, out of the 10 records you have, you are just filtering what is your IT what records with the IT department, right? So average salary, all those kind of stuff you can definitely perform here. So just try to pick any online platform. Okay, then start creating your tables. Okay, and then start working with those tables, like start querying those tables. Why? Because it's very very important that I'm pretty sure that if I take interview of any new guy, right, so I will ask most of the questions on SQL only. Okay, so SQL is that much important, and then I will ask on PySpark and Spark clusters, how you are going to design your Spark clusters, optimize your Spark clusters. And also I will ask questions on how do you optimize your SQL queries. Okay, because now you might have the 10 records, but in real time you will have 10 lakh records. You need to have your code needs to be very optimized, so that it will scan the minimum records and it will give the best result. Okay, so as fast as it can. Okay, so you need to think in that way. If you write a bad query, that query can run for hours. Okay, not even seconds or minutes, it can run for hours as well if you write a bad query. So just we need to watch out that, right? So we need to be very careful in that, in those cases. So prefer these things. Okay, so just start practicing this SQL today itself. SQL is very important. I'm again repeating that in your interview, SQL plus PySpark cover you almost 80% of your interview. Only that 20% is real time scenarios and the tools you're going to use. Okay, so that's important in the skill. So you can start picking. I want only recommend this thing. So you can go anywhere. Just open W3 schools. There also you'll have the data. Just practice there. So just start practicing. That's what I mean. I wanted to say. Okay. Now let's start with top view. Top view SQL commands. Okay. So these are the most important. I mean, these are the four important SQL commands we can see. Okay. So data definition language, data manipulation language, data control language, and transaction control language. Okay. What is data definition language? So you wanted to create a database, right? Without having database, how can you work, right? So you wanted to create a database. So how let's say you are studying in university college. Okay, so you wanted to create a database first, right? You wanted to create an employee database. Employee means teachers who are going to teach that, right? You need to create that database. Okay, somehow you created a database. Okay, I mean, you create a database, and then you are going to create a table, right? So employee table you created. Okay, you have an employee table. Now, that's that creating of table, right? You will write some query, right? Create table so and so. The query looks like this. So you will create a table like this. Okay, so create table, employee ID, first name, last name, department, salary, all those kind of stuff. You created a table. Fine. Now you're good. Now you wanted to insert data inside that, right? How do you insert the data? So you need to do manually, right? So you need to pick the data, you need to take the data from the teacher, and you will insert the data into the table. Perfect. You already inserted. This creation of table is DDL because you are defining how your table should be, and you are defining how your schema should be. You are defining what your schema should be. I mean, let's say this employee ID is the primary key, right? Because first name can have duplicate values, last name can have duplicate values, department obviously duplicate, salary can be duplicate, age, everything can be duplicate, but employee ID cannot be duplicate, right? So you need to define that. Okay, so if someone is going to enter the duplicate value into this employee ID, it will throw an error because employee ID itself is a primary key, but you are giving a duplicate key, it won't accept that, right? So just defining your schema, defining your table. Like as I told yesterday, schema means your column name and the data type. Okay, so this varchar means string. Okay, decimal means like 0.2, 1.2, 10 point, those kind of stuff. Date means you're just giving what is the date, decimal again same. Okay, so this is how you create a table and you're inserting the data. So you are just inserting a data. That means you're just manipulating that table, right? You're just manipulating the table with this data. So because you wanted to update these values into this table, so you're just inserting it, insert that. Okay, fine. Now after some time, I wanted to change, I wanted to add one more column. Okay, one more column, let's say for the employee table, right? Let's say you wanted to add one more column which is called some pf column or something. Okay, you wanted to add because employees will have pf, right? So you wanted to do that. Pf start date, pf end date, anything you just wanted to do that. So for that you cannot directly go and add that column. Okay, because you already inserted 10 records. Let's say you already have 10 employees. Now if you create that column, you need to give the data, right? Data to let's say you already have 10 records. Now you are going to alter that table and add that column. If you add that column, then you need to give all those ten records, right? 10 values as well, right? For each employee you need to perform, you need to give what is his pf number, what is his pf, all those kind of stuff, right? You need to do that as well, that stuff as well. So for that you need to alter the table to add a column. So for that, alter is again a ddl. Okay, now let's say you wanted to remove any column, that remove permanently, some drop some column, so that then we will use drop. Or you want to rename a column, you will use rename. You want to truncate, so truncate means what happens is you just wanted to remove all the data. You got some issue, you did not like that data or something, you wanted to delete, it's a duplicate table or something like that, you want to truncate. If you done run truncate on top of the table, it will delete all the data, it will remove all the data. Okay, so you want to comment, you can comment. Now coming to dml, dml is the most important thing. Okay, so someone will create table for us, someone will do all the things for us, but dml is the most is the place where we are going to work. Okay, now let's see select, right? So whenever you wanted to find an employee with so and so id, or employee with so and so salary, employee from so and so department. So let's say you wanted to query, right? So then you will use this select star from table where you will use filter. For now, let's forget this filter, just select star from table. That will give you the records inside the table, all the records. Okay, insert you already covered, you will insert the data. Update table. Let's say you given one of the employee's name incorrect, his spelling is wrong, or his name itself is wrong with that employee ID, right? Then you need to update that record. Okay, then you will use this update table, where update table, and you will set some value. And where,
Hello.
yeah, you are unable to see my screen.
Hi, Rabi. Am I audible?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Good, good.
Okay. Now your screen is visible because PPT was showing, na, so I couldn't see where you were typing with the
No,
comment.
I'm not typing. I'm not typing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Okay. So now updating. Coming to update. So let's say like I wanted to update some value, right? Some incorrect name, right? I wanted to update that. Then I will use update delete. Let's say you want to delete an employee left the company. I mean college, right? So then you want to delete that employee details. Then you will use delete. And merging. Let's say you have two tables and you wanted to merge that. Then you can use this merge statement. And this calling a log table explains that. So what happens is call means, let's say you wanted to, let's say you will create functions, right, in real life. Why you create functions in Python or SQL, sorry, in C or Java, right? You will create functions. Why you create? Because in order to do a specific task repetitively. Let's say you wanted to count numbers from 1 to 10. If you want to do that repeatedly, just write a function and call that function every time, right? Similarly, in SQL as well, you can create a function, but that function we will call in SQL as a stored procedure. Okay, that stored procedure you will in Python, right, or Java or C++, you will call that function. Why that function name? That's it. Just you'll call that function. That's it. With that function name. But here, if you want to call it stored procedures, just type call call and write that stored procedure name. Let's say stored procedure name is sp underscore Raviteja. So you just write call sp underscore uh, Raviteja. That's it. It will do. And if you want to log the table, like, so no one should update that table, alter that table. You do not want anyone to perform any operations on those tables. Then you will log the table. Explain plan. Okay. So what happens is, let's say you have written a query. Select a star from employee table. It was running fine. Now you gave some filters where employee ID greater than so and so, or employee salary greater than so and so, employee department greater than so and so. Now in the background, right? In the background, this SQL needs to convert your query into its minimum, small task, right? So it will do some plan. This system, right, this SQL, right? SQL will do some plan, so that it will understand this plan. You have written a high level plan, it need to convert into low level plan. Not only this SQL, even it's Python, Java, C++, any programming language. The code you write is a high level language that the system cannot understand it directly. So there will be interpreters that will take your code and convert into system understandable code. Okay. Now this SQL needs to in same here as well. So this database system management systems, right, they will convert this code into explainable, understandable code. So while converting that, it has some rules that which are already predefined by the developers. It will do that. Now when you explain those plans, right, explain your select a star from table, it will show you how it is planning to do that. Okay, so those kind of things you can see here. Okay, now coming to DCL. What is DCL? DCL means data control language. So I created an employee table, but I do not want to give access to everyone to access the table. I do not want to do that. Why I want to do that? It's a very sensitive data, right? I do not want to lose the data. So that's where this DCL comes in picture. So you can grant the access to Ravi. Ravi, you can come and access this table. That's fine. But at the same time, if you do not want Ravi to have that access that, then you can just revoke that access as well. You use that revoke it as well. Okay. Now coming to commit, rollback, save point, and set transaction. Transaction control language. Okay. What is commit? Yesterday, if you remember, I was speaking about a phone pay transaction, right? If you are sending 1,000 rupees from Ravi to Sham, right? So that is done successfully. Then you need to commit. Like I mentioned, right? Acid transactions. It's all or none. You need to debit from Ravi and credit to Sham, or do nothing. That's it. Don't do partially, right? So that debiting and crediting, if you are able to do both the operations successfully, you will commit the transaction. That means even though system got lost or any issue happened, that transaction exists. It's committed. You're not going to change. It's not going to change anytime. Okay, it's committed. Now rollback. Let's say one of the transaction happened successfully. I mean, one of the debit has happened successfully, but credit is failed. Okay, then what will happen? You need to roll back, right? Roll back to its previous state. Previous state means before deducting 1,000 rupees, what was the Ravi's balance? You might have seen, right? You might have faced this when you've done some transaction. It hasn't reached the like a receiver. Then you got that back, right? So that's a rollback operation, right? Because before debiting that money, your let's say your account has 10,000 rupees. After debiting, you have 5,000 rupees. Now the transaction got failed. It unable to credit that amount to the receiver. Then that we need to perform rollback. Rollback means just come to the previous one. That means your account should be 10,000 rupees, right? Now save point. Let's say you wanted to save some point, right? Like where you wanted to save some, like okay, I wanted to freeze at this point, I wanted to save this scenario or save these values, something like that. So then you can perform save point and set transactions. You can what you can say is like you can set your transactions, uh, what we can say, you can set your transactions so that it can happen anytime. So those kind of things will happen in this transaction control language. um, Now coming to, yeah, this is most of the things I wanted to cover. DDL, DML. I already pasted. I did attach these files to this, what do you call, this course page, so you can just go and refer from there. Okay. Now let's move into the second PPT. Hope you guys are following, right? In case of any issues or anything, just let me know. Okay. I just wanted to cover a few things quickly so that you will get aware of those things. Okay. So select top class. Top means, let's say you wanted to select star from employee table, but you wanted to pick only top five columns or something, right? Then you will go and give this top number. That's it. Just top followed by a number. That's it. Or percentage. That will give you all the values in the table. Only the top values. Even though it fetches all 100 tables, in employee table you have 100 rows or 100 values, 100 employees details, right? Then you need to pick only top five tables. Then you can just use that. Use this top, and you can just get those top five members. Okay. That's in operator. Okay. Let's say let's say you wanted to query both the departments, let's say two departments, both CSC department and EC department, both the departments. Then what you will do is you will just perform this in operator. What in operators will help you is, if you give in and followed by the values, right? Select a star from so into table where, and you guys might have this where condition, right? Where means you will just queue this asking this SQL engine, right? Hey, I need so and so. I need a record which met this condition. I need Raviteja if and only if this condition is met, right? So in that way, so this column name, and you are giving an operator, in operator. In operator means you in operator followed by some values, right? This in operator will check, okay, if this condition matches, if Raviteja is part of this department or this department or this department, then it will give that value. Okay, so that's what in operator. And between operator, let's say you wanted to take employees whose salary ranges between 10,000 to 1 lakh. Okay, so in that cases, let's say you wanted to take the between numbers, like let's 1 to 10, 1 to 100, so those kind of, then you are going to use between operators. That's between. And null values, right? Let's say you wanted to find the employee value. So let's say there is one employee whose salary column is null. No employee will work for without salary, right? So in those cases, you wanted to find that, okay, is anybody has that issue, any employee do not have any salary, right? Then you can go here and just perform is null. Okay. Column followed by is null will give you that, okay, is that employee null. If any of the row has null value for this column, then it will give you that row. Then you can highlight that. You can add salary to that employee. Okay. Is not null. So they, like let's say if it's not null, then it will give you all the columns. Let's say one employee has null and nine employees do not have not null values. Then you can give this is not null values. Then it will give you all the nine employees. Okay. um, that C is not null. And distinct. Okay. um, let's say you are ordering some products from Amazon, right? You order the same product maybe once every month. Okay. But end of the day, this is how real data engineering works. Okay. So you wanted to you want, like as a data engineer, I'm an Amazon data engineer. Okay. I wanted to see how many distinct products that this person has bought. Okay. As I wanted to see Karthik, right? Karthik has ordered so many products from the Amazon, but I do not want to see repeated products. I wanted to see the distinct products from the Karthik, what Karthik has ordered. Okay, then I will perform this distinct statement. What it will give is, it will look for all the products. Let's say he ordered soaps twice, but it won't give me the two times. It will give me the one time that, okay, he ordered soaps. That's it. Distinct, very distinct. Distinct means only once. Okay. So that's the importance of distinct in your real time, right? You are going to perform this distinct operations very much. um, yeah, because this is how things work, okay, in real time. Let's say I want, Amazon is going to see what is my last 3 months spending time. Okay. How much did I spend on what products I spent, what was the most valuable product that I brought, those kind of stuff. and it will send ads based on that. It will send recommendations based on that. So in that way. Um, now let's go to where, like a percent. Okay. Let's say I have an employee. Okay. Ravitesh is an employee. Okay. Now I wanted to find his name, but I forgot his name. I know like its name starts with, it happens so many times, right? You forgot someone's name, but you know, right? His name starts with A, or his name starts with RA, something like that, right? Then you are going to use this like. Okay, his name starts with percentage means wildcard. That means A followed by any numbers. I mean any characters, and any times. Okay. Now if you give your customer name like A percentage, then it will give you the all the customers whose name starts with A. Okay, so find any values that start with A, or if you give the A last and percentage in before that A, it will give you the values that ends with A. Okay, and customer name like percentage or percentage or, it means that that name should contain or in any position. Okay, so if that name contains this or in any position, then it will give you those details. Okay, now SQL aliases. Okay, let's say you have a column, and that column name for the time being you wanted to use as some other name. Okay, let's say employee id emp underscore id. Let's say that emp underscore id you wanted to use as for now employee underscore id, or you wanted to use as e underscore id, something like you just wanted to alias these things. We won't use the same names most of the times in data engineering, right? We will change the names, we will do aliasing. Let's say business in the source system, right? Let's say in the source system. Okay, let's say in this like you where the data comes from, data needs to come from source, and it needs to reach the destination, right? Let's say in the source there is some column name. Okay, column name called call A. Yesterday I showed you some example, call A, right? A source, the csv file or text file which I gave you is a source, right? But you do not want to change that. You wanted to see, you didn't like that name, you wanted to have it, give it one more name, aliasing or something like that. You can perform that. And also definitely most of the in real time, right? In many projects that I work, most of the times we used to change the column names. Okay, so the column name won't be the same as it is in the source, as it is in the destination. Okay, you used to change that column names in between. Okay, aliasing, renaming we can call it as. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. um, I think we covered PPT3. So far, any doubts or anything? So whenever you guys any doubt, right? I'm again repeating. So just ask me right away, right? Then and there we need to resolve that doubts. Okay. Now this thing is SQL insert into statement. As you already know, you wanted to insert some values into this employee table. You will use this insert table. But in real time, mostly we won't do that. Okay. So there will be some, as a data engineer, you won't do that mostly there will be some teams or something, they will take care of these things, reset all these things. All you need to do is data is already there, just read the data from the table, and just apply transformations on top of that. Okay, let's say I was given a task. Okay, what was the, let's say I taken a product. Okay, iphone sales something, again I'm going with iphone. Okay, what are the last 6 months sales of that iphone? What are the last 3 months? What are the last 1 month sales, or what is the last 1 week sales, or what is the last monday sales, something like that. Now, as a data engineer, I need to go and fetch the data. Where this data lies, this order data, iPhone data lies. I need to go to that source. That is source for me, right? I need to get that data, read that data. Okay, however you want to read the data, read the data. It could be Parquet file. That data lies in Parquet file, or Avro file, or a structured format, unstructured format, anything. You read the data. As a data engineer, you should be and you will be able to work with any kind of data formats. Okay, so you will read the data, and you will perform these operations, because right, you see there is sometimes there is some dynamic pricing, right? Like if many people are using going searching for that product, that price will get increased, and if no one is searching it, then it will get decreased. And this is what dynamic pricing in the real time, right? As a data engineer, I will check for that. Okay, how many people are looking into this product? They're just searching for this product. If they're searching it, then in my as using my data engineering skills, I will create that thing, so that if many people are searching, okay, then I will increase price by so and so plus 10%. Okay, if no one is searching, then I will reduce that price. Okay, in that way I'm attracting my sales, I'm improving my sales, I'm attracting my customers. Okay, so those things we will do. Yeah, so this is update statement. As I told, in case of any issue with any record in the table, right, you are going to update that and delete, right? If you do not, if any employee left the company or something, then you will delete those things. Yeah, that is 54. I already added all these PPTs to the course chart writer, so you can just refer them. Now coming to data definition language, data definition, as I mentioned, create, alter, drop, truncate, comment. This will definitely work. You can just Google these things. There are many things that you can do with these things. You can create tables, you can alter, you can drop, you can truncate, comment, rename, and you can query on top of the data. You can definitely go and use this SQLite document, right, website, right. And then you can query most of the data from there. Okay. Now let's go to next slide. This is next slide. Next is here. Union operator. Okay, this is also one of the most important concepts. Let's say you have two tables. Okay, somehow accidentally you created two tables, but one table has some half of the data and one of the table has half of the data. Okay, someone got created, someone created, somehow it got changed. Now what you need to do is you need to perform union. What union will do is it will combine the result of two or more select statements. um, you will take this like and before performing this thing, not bad. Okay, so select statement. So let's say you wanted to combine that data, append that data, or what we can say, half of, you need to attach that first of first table 1 to table 2. Okay, you want to do that, then you can use this union operator. Okay, there are two things here: union versus union all. What happens is, let's say you have a record a comma 1 comma 345. Imagine this is a record. Okay, again b comma 2 comma 456. Okay, this is table 1 above 1, and table 2 you have b comma 2 comma 654. Okay, and c comma 3 comma 457. Okay, now if I perform union, right, it will add both, it will give me all four records. Okay, it will give me all four records. It will give me all four records because it will, before performing, it will check few things. Is schema matches. Let's keep it simple, not schema. Let's check columns, number of columns. Here I have one, two, three columns, but here, what is this? Let's remove this. Okay, here I have only two columns. Okay, then it will throw an error that schema is mismatched. Okay, let's say uh, let's say you have three. Okay, now, but let's say you have duplicate values here. Here instead of 654 you have 456. Okay, this row itself is duplicated, right? This row is duplicated. If you read the data, you will have four columns, but ideally, as this is duplicated, I do not want this column twice. I want this column only once. So in that, if you use union, it will give you only three columns. Okay, if you are using this union all, it will give you all four columns, because union all do not check for duplicates. Okay, but union will check for duplicates, and if there is any duplicate found, it will take only one row between these two. Okay, b246, b246, it will take only one row. Union will give three columns, while union all will give four columns. If this is most important question in interviews. Okay, so they will mostly ask you what is the difference between union and union all. You can just tell that union means you won't get any duplicated records while you are adding both the tables, but union all means you will get the duplicated records. Okay, so that's it. It's one of the most important concepts. You can just go through, you can just practice that. Okay, intersect. Intersect means to combine two select statements but return only rows from the first select statement. Mm, how this happens in real time? In the second statement, this means common rows by select statements. Let's say you go with the same example. Okay, let's say you can think of a common value, right? Now let's say between these two, right, what is the common value here, common row here? This 3, right? This b246, b246. Now if you perform intersect, it will intersect, it will give the uh, common values between these two tables. Okay, so you perform some where conditions and you perform some so many things on top of this SQL statement. But this means this will give you only the intersect values. Intersect means intersection point. You guys have read, some common point we can call it as. Okay, that thing it will give. Um, um, yeah, that's it. Intersect, you can just google it. It will give you the only the common values between these two. But that's it. But if you specify some condition, okay, let's say how let's say you specify some condition here, for instead of 4 to 6, you give 675 or something. Okay, these are not identical, but while comparing, right, you are just comparing, select column 1, column 2 from where condition, and then column 1 and column 2 from one more table, then you perform intersect means it will give you this row only, it won't give you this row. Okay, intersect will give you the values from the first select statement only, not the second one. Okay, just remember that. I couldn't recall any real-time example, because we won't use this much. I think, yeah, we won't use this much. Except, except is kind of minus. Okay, so it's kind of minusing your subtracting this. Let's say you can do subtracting 456 something. To subtract this A1 345, B2 346 minus B2 346, C3 457. In that way, you will have only A1 35, B2 456, and C3 457. This record will get deleted because you are just doing minus. So it's almost equal to this unit, except is equal to this unit. Okay, you can just go through that as well. Now let's come to this most important part. This is one of the most important question. Okay, so what's the difference between delete, truncate, and drop? Okay, so if you apply delete means it's a DML operation, and if you want to delete a specific column with using some filters or something, just use this delete. Okay, so select star from table. Sorry, not select, delete from table name. Let's say table name, where if you don't give where condition, then it will delete everything from the table. Okay, just give where condition. Let's say employee underscore id is equal to 123, so it will delete this employee id. Let's say you wanted to drop table underscore name, it will delete this table, delete entire table. Okay, now you wanted to truncate means just table name. Okay, we'll just remove data from the table. Now you can reinsert this data into this table. Okay, so these are the most important topic, right? Okay, so you're going to get see these questions again and again in the interviews. Okay, just go through that. Yeah, in the real time, right, we will hardly to apply these deletes. Okay, I always try to match this things, scenarios, most important things with real time. You will get to see this delete often. Okay, very often. But truncate is very rare, drop is also very rare in real time. Just understand, just remember that. Okay, what is this SQL slide? What is this? SQL 6. So for any doubts, you can just let me know. Okay, we are almost done with this. Primary key and unique key. Okay, uh, primary key is very important. Okay, so as I mentioned, whenever you wanted to work with real-time tables, right, this primary key is the one which defines that. Okay, like let's say you have a customer table in Amazon, right? Whenever you want, you are already part a customer for this Amazon. Okay, but now you are trying to enter the same details and create a new account, it won't allow that because your details already exist there, right? If you do not have the primary key, then it will definitely an issue. right? Because your data is getting duplicated there. So we will get to know what are the values that are duplicated, those kind of things, right? Using this primary key, and primary key is very important. Okay. And coming to this unique key is an SQL constraint that does not allow the same value to be assigned to distant rows in a database table. So it's also same, but the only change is unique key allows null value where a primary key does not allow null value. That's the only change. Unique key, you can write a null value, and that is also only once. If you trying to add one more null value, it won't help. Let's say in place of employee id, right? In primary key you need to specify the number employee id, what is employee id. But in case of unique key, you got one chance to give a null value for an employee. But if you are trying to give it to the second employee, it will throw an error. So that's the difference between primary key and unique key. While creating a table, right? While
Yeah,
creating
Rabi, can you stop here? We can ask them whether they have any doubt or not.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, people.
I just wanted to finish this as well because this is important concept. So yeah, can I wrap this up? Then we can start asking questions for key
Yes, yes,
constraint.
yes, yes.
Okay. Um, then they can ask questions. Okay. So I wanted to introduce a foreign key. Hope you guys or some of you guys might have aware of this. Okay. Let's say I created a table one. Table one. Okay. Um, in this table, let's say let's go with our personal details. My name is Ravi. Okay. And my other number is so and so, other number, let's say 001. Okay. Now I couldn't maintain because if I search for other card, right, you will get to see many details. My address, my district, my country, state, all those kind of details, phone number and all those things, right? Now what I will do is I will put this table, I will create one more table where other other one is primary key. Here Ravi is the primary key. Let's say not Ravi, let's go with the 123. 123 is my employee ID something, so 123 is my primary key. And this other 0 is the primary key for table 2. If you see here, this is other table. Okay, here you will have the name, um, you will have the name, and you will have phone number, all the details, address, all this kind of stuff, right? Now if you wanted to find all this table, what is the phone number or what is the name of this 123, this 123, 123 is me, right? But how will you get to know that? You need to take this other 001. Okay, and just come and query this table too. Okay, in this way you will get to know what are the details of 123, right? In a way, this 123 is primary key to this table 1, and other 001 is the primary key to table 2. Okay, so in real time, foreign key is equal to, okay, it acts as a primary key to one table and non primary key for one table, but it defines or maintains the relation between them. Okay, I will tell you some real time example, that's it. Okay, so what's the real time example? So you are going to place orders in Amazon, right? Amazon. Okay, so you are a customer to Amazon and you are placing an order on some product. Okay, so you have done some transaction, some amount of transaction via credit card, debit card or something. Now this customer has done this order, this product, this transaction. Okay, so this customer details will be kept in separate table. Okay, there will be customer table. Let's say this is orders table. Okay, for now this is real time example. Okay, orders table. Okay, now you have to put this you if you wanted to get this, who is this customer always putting this type of order, something like that, then you need to go to customer table and query that. Okay, or you wanted to see what was the order, entire order history or something, then you need to go to order table. Anyway, this is order table. And you wanted to see product specifications of product, when was the product got launched into Amazon, who is the seller, who is the what's the price of that seller, all those kind of things. For that you need to go to product table. Okay, now let's say what was the transaction made. So you made some transaction, you will see only transaction ID here. But if you go here, you will get to see uh, you will get to see what is the transaction, how the transaction is made, how much amount of money was transformed, from that customer to the seller. Let's say in Amazon there will be different sellers, right? What was the transaction made from the seller to that from the receiver to buyer to that seller. So those kind of stuff you can see. So one way, this customer is a primary foreign key, because this customer is a primary key in this customer table, but it's a non-primary key in this orders table. Okay, because one customer can order many times, right? Many products many times, right? It's a primary key. And similarly, this product is primary key for this product table, but you can, this customer or different customer can order this product. Transaction will be definitely primary key, and this transaction key is unique here and here as well. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's more important about this foreign keys and all. Do we have left with anything? So default constraint, let's say sometime you, while you creating the table, right? Let's say you wanted to create city. So if you pass the city value, that's it. If no one is going to pass that value, by default it value will become this sandesh or something. So something, if you want to set something default, right? We all belong to India, so I do not want to enter your details every time when I create your details, right? So that's why I will set this city as sorry, country as India or something like that. So some default value you're setting up. Okay. That's it for today. Just stop sharing my screen. You guys can put up what are the doubts you have. So maybe you guys were able to perform those steps yesterday. I showed you, right, those using Athena and query the data that you showed in S3 bucket, those kind of things, or this AWS backup or cross replica region replication, those kind of things. You can just let me know in case you have any doubts or any issues. Okay. I hope the whether your issue got resolved, right. Earlier you was resolved. You are reaching out to me, so it was resolved. So yeah, you can just put it up.
Okay. Hello. Can anyone tell me what are the different types of commands are available in database in SQL? Deepti, Veda, Arun, Anusha, anyone can tell me
Yeah, it's a SQL commands, right? You're asking.
commands.
Yeah, so DDL, DML, DCL, and TCL.
Okay. So can you please briefly describe what DDL is meant for, DML is meant for, and what you find under DML?
Yeah, so for DDL, we used to create, alter the data, basically. That I understand that much in DDL.
We will manage the database from complete structure, like creating, altering, and all. I feel
Okay.
DML, that is the data manipulation, something where we can actually like insert, update, and deletion of all those.
Okay. Ravi also informed about the merge statement. So can anyone tell me what is merge statement? Patrick, Arun.
Merge command means update, insert, and delete. Simple.
Okay. Okay. So Arun, can you tell me what is the difference between union and union all? So Ravi, so tomorrow what are you going to teach tomorrow?
Mostly SQL only. So SQL we have some advanced concept, right? I want to touch base on those things.
Okay. So are you going to give them the practical demo also?
I can plan that. I can plan that
Yes, yes.
practical. Yeah.
It will be good. So whatever you inform today, so tomorrow if you give a practical demo, then it will be easier for them to
Uh,
understand.
yeah. Other than that, I am also planning in this way, right? I will teach them today, but I will give you some document to them. Like I will create a table and what are the queries they can perform. In that way they will get to know how the data is in the table and what was the query they give and what was the result they are looking. So in that way they can practice these kind of stuff. But I can do practical as well in the live class,
Yes, yes,
but they
yes.
can also
If you do
practice,
the
right?
practical, they will just remember, okay, what the
Hmm.
commands is meant for. Right? It will be easier for what will people think? Can anyone give any
Yes,
answer
ma'am.
because no one's telling anything.
No, ma'am, we need even that.
You need? Okay. But
Okay.
even after Ravi will give you the demo, after that you need to practice it, right? So you
Yes,
need
yes.
to
Yes,
practice
yes.
multiple times so that you will be remember because skill is very much important.
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am, we will do it.
Yes. So anyone tell me what is primary key and foreign key? Just now Ravi informed. To make this session as interactive session, so whenever you people are having any doubt, just ask. Because Ravi is telling, okay, ask whatever you have any doubt. Just ask your question. Because initially if you are not ask any question, so later also you will not ask. So whatever doubts you people have, just ask.
Primary key is a column,
Mhm.
or we can say it as a set of columns in a table that uniquely identify each row. And foreign key is a column or a set of columns in one table that refers to the primary key in um, another table.
Okay. So you just go through the document what Ravi has shared, and also once he will give the demo class. After that, you just start practicing, right? And please
Okay.
ask questions. And yes, Ravi, from my side it is done. Okay, and it was a very good session also. You have explained very well.
Yeah. So what I wanted to highlight is SQL is very, very important for your data engineering career. If you are not good at SQL, then you will never do good in data engineering. Okay. So just be thorough with SQL. Okay. Even if you want, we can have extra classes or we can practicals, all this kind of stuff. But always practice this SQL. Okay. So SQL a day will keep you very much closer to your data engineering job. Okay, so just practice that SQL. Even today as well, I will always practice SQLs. Okay, so there will be many challenges that will be put in online. So I will pick those challenges, interesting challenge, and I will try to solve that. Okay, no problem, no problem. If you are unable to solve, that's okay, fine. Just go through that problem, understand that. If you are able to solve, then you haven't learned anything, right? If you are unable to solve that, then you are able to learn at least something new, right? So be in that mode, right? Okay, so whenever any issue or anything, just speak up, just raise your questions. Okay, without questions you will never get to understand things. Okay, why this happening, why this is not happening. So you can put up those kind of questions, then you will get answers. Or there could be cases where I could also couldn't answer your questions, but that's okay, fine, I will learn on that day. You will also get to know things. Okay, just pick up and ask questions. That will definitely helpful for you going forward. And also while you are going to do your data engineering job, right, that there will be client will come and tell you that I want this, so I want that, something like that. But you need to ask questions why you want this, because you need to know the reason, right, why he wants that or she wants that. So those kind of things you need to put up. Always start asking questions. If you are not asking questions, you're lagging in the data engineering. Okay, just speak up and just ask questions. Yeah, anyone have any doubts or something? Always try to remember the examples. Okay, so as I mentioned, primary key, so this Amazon orders is always a good example as a data engineer. Okay, so there you can perform many things. Okay, so Amazon orders, booking tickets, restaurant, Zomato, these kind of things. These are the best examples to kickstart your data engineering. Employee tables, students tables, these are these kind of things. So just try to speak up, just try to ask questions so that you will get to know more things. Okay, yeah, that's all from my side today. So tomorrow we will try to keep more practical way. Okay, so there are many advanced concepts as well, window function, those kind of things. uh, yeah, but we'll try to do practical tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, at least be prepared thorough with these things. Okay, small things. And
Yes.
who's this? Subhashri,
No.
are these guys done any practical on SQL, or does they have any SQL background? Because if I move into advanced concepts, right, that's a very important in this data engineering. Uh,
Yes,
uh,
yes, yes,
they should be able to cope up, right? Window functions, those kind of things.
yes,
Um,
yes.
so if I
But
start
these
it directly
people,
tomorrow, yeah,
initial concepts they need to remember. Actually, means
okay,
they create a table.
hmm.
Uh, they need to alter. Okay, add
Okay,
new columns, or you just to play with the commands. Try to insert some records, modify some records. Okay, delete some records. Okay, truncate, drop. You just play with your data so that easily you can remember the commands.
okay, okay.
So
We'll
to
do
that,
one thing.
whatever, create two tables, try to make some joins and see, okay, whatever union all, or and so these type of statements you need to write in your query so that you will able to understand. So do not search in the chat GPT or any platform. Just try to analyze from your end. Try to send the query from your side so that you will get to learn.
Yeah. Don't use ChatGPT to query things, but
Yes.
use ChatGPT to build, like, to learn. So how you can learn? Just you wanted to create a table, just go and create a table. Then to create that table, right, you need some values, some insert values, something. So those values you ask ChatGPT. So those kind of things you can ask. You don't directly ask ChatGPT how to query an employee table, where employee ID is so and so. Don't do that. Just try to learn on your own. Then if you have any issues or you're stuck at that issue many times, and not Google it, not go to ChatGPT, just Google it. You will find more better answers, more things. Okay, so ChatGPT is not good, and your real time data is not great, they won't allow you to do ChatGPT. Okay, so you need to search in Stack Overflow, those kind of websites, and see what was the issue, what they faced, how they resolved, and what you're facing, how you are going to resolve that, those kind of things. This problem solving, you will get used to that. Okay, so that's one tip from my side. Um, Fine then. I already attached these PPTs, right? So you can just go through that, and yeah, you can start practicing these things, small comments at least. Okay, so just start practicing that and try to solve at least
Please,
small.
Ravi, ask questions tomorrow so that they will start
See,
learning.
Subhashri, like even if I'm asking normal general questions, right, they're not even answering. So how can I ask these questions? So
Yes, yes, yes. Please be friendly. Whatever your issues, whatever things, just ask.
yeah, definitely, you can always reach out to me. You can
So
just
we are
ping
not
me.
judging here means how much knowledge you have. You are come
Yes,
here to learn some new
learn.
things, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
right. So ask. Even if it is a simple doubt, also just ask
Silly
so
question,
that
also no
you will
problem. Just put
remember.
it up. That's it.
Yes. So
Silly
make a
question.
promise from tomorrow onwards. If people are going to ask questions, whatever if people have doubt, just ask. Even Ravi and me are not able to give you the answers. Also, we'll also try to learn. Right? It's not
Yeah,
like that. We'll also give the all the answers whatever you will ask. Right?
exactly. Yeah.
Yes. So make the session very interactive so that everyone will be get to learn. Right? Say something. People say something. If people are in mute.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
So tomorrow we'll ask you the questions, whatever SQL concept Ravi told today. So just go through it, the concept, because you need to understand the concept properly so that you can apply in your practicals. So go through the concept. So tomorrow Ravi will share one demo, whatever he taught today. So we'll ask you questions. Okay? Because it is very, very important SQL.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Thank you,
Tomorrow,
Ravi.
yeah.
Thank you, all of you. So it is
Tomorrow we'll
also
join at the same time, 9:30. Okay.
9:30. Okay.
9:30. Yeah.
Sir,
Okay. Thank you very
actually,
much.
we were
Thank you
facing
all.
some issues, sir,
Hmm.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
with the backup, sir.
Back.
AWS. You told
Okay.
us, no, sir?
Yes. What was the issue?
I don't know, sir. It was actually showing me errors. I tried a lot.
Is that handy now? Like, have you logged into AWS account?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you quickly share your screen?
Yes, sure.
Any guys, guys, if you have anything, you can share. Otherwise, you can just drop. Okay. Anish, you can share your screen. No, you cannot share your screen here, right?
No, sir. Yes. Meeting link.
Mm, okay, let me give you that meeting link. I think today we forgot to record the session. I'm sorry. Okay, we are recording. Thank you. Someone restarted recording. I'm just giving the link.
Yes, sir.
So Dipti, now you are able to find the recordings?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the link. You people can join there. Okay. So we will wind up here and we will join there. Okay. Thank you.